guys, just wanted to do a quick video, talk about a couple things. It'll be quick. With everything going on with the election and everybody fighting, bickering back and forth with COVID and all that stuff. A lot of ways it seems worse now than it was, back when this COVID thing first started. But a lot of people feel isolated. A lot of people are having even more issues right now. But what I'm seeing is a lot of people are actually reaching out for help, and that's freaking amazing. One of my paratroopers from way back in the day hit me up this past Saturday because he was in a dark place, looking at photos, remembering his brothers that we lost, and feeling guilty because he's still here and they're not. And he got out the military a long time ago, and some of those guys stayed in and kept fighting. And what I told him and what I'll tell you guys is, it doesn't matter. You did your time. You had your path. You chose it. You took it. I wish I could lie to everybody that watches this and say that that I don't have guilt and pain and feel like every day, like how the hell am I still here? Do I deserve to still be here? We all do that, man. But the thing is you have to do what he did, and you have to reach out to those that you trust, and just talk. And we always talk about the reach out thing and all that stuff, and it wasn't even about suicidal ideations or none of that stuff. It was just a brother needing to talk to another brother. And like if there are any guys on here that worked for me back in the day, yeah, I was a hardcore, I guess you could say, son of a bitch. I know a lot of guys thought I was a straight asshole. But the thing is, I actually truly gave a shit about them all of them, and I still do, and that'll never change because they're always going to be my family. And for anybody out there, if you just need to talk, reach out, man. Sometimes just talking will make you feel better. Nothing we do now is going to change the past or bring any of our brothers back. Nothing. So what we can do now is we can figure out how to get through this crap and live through it and remember the good times. You don't want to forget the bad because that bad was those guys or gals paying the price for us to be here now. But you also want to remember who they were and why they were so great. And I have had the honor to serve with so many guys that are so much better than me, and just like you guys, every day of my life I wake up and I think about them, and I'm like, why the hell am I still here and they're not? Now Army wise, I'm the old guy, and I never tried to be, I never wanted, I don't know how to say it, but I'm not a war hero. I'm not any of that thing. I fought this war because I wanted to keep my family safe here, but also because being out there, being in that fight with those guys, you will never be around people like that again in your life. They're truly the best of the best, and and they give everything. And now those guys get out, they go home, they isolate themselves. I just talked to one of my buddies today that nobody's been able to get a hold to. He changed his phone number, got off socials and all, and that to take a break from social media, it's a good thing. But also, when you do that, there are people looking for you. There are people that want to know you're okay. Um, and I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm so proud of the fact that he hit me up Saturday night. Um, I was his squad leader. And he told me that he always looked up to me and everything, and he just wanted to talk. He wanted to help get out of that bad place, and we kind of got out of the bad place together, just talking about old times and talking about the guys. Um, so um, we're all human, man, and we all deal with all kind of crap every day, and you know I've been dealing with a lot, just like you guys. But I've been to combat. I've seen hell, and regardless of what's going on back here, it's not hell. This is stuff we can make it through. If we made it through that shit over there, we can make it through anything. But just like over there, I couldn't go out the wire by myself, because if I did, I probably wasn't coming back. And it's the same thing here. We still need each other. We still need that support, man. And that's what I'm saying. Is just talk to people, man. Don't talk about all the BS and everybody's into the politics and all that stuff. That's going to work itself out. There's nothing we can do about that now. But what we can do is we can talk to each other about how we're feeling and what's going on in our lives, and take some of that weight off of our chests. I have a lot of it, man, every day, and I put a lot of pain on myself and a lot of anguish that I feel like that I'm supposed to, and I know that I'm not supposed to, but that's how I feel, and I know that's how you guys feel, and look at a guy like me, for example. All the years I spent in the Army, being in charge of hundreds of guys in some of the shittiest places on earth, knowing that the odds are always going to come up, and you're going to lose guys. You're going to have guys get hurt, and trying to figure out how to mitigate that while still destroying the enemy and just being freaking meat eaters. And it's all about doing things right. And I look back on things, and we did a lot. I've been through a lot of combat, and when I look back on it all, yeah, bad things happen, but I know that we were all doing what the hell we were supposed to do. And regardless of how squared away you are, regardless of how much of a warrior you are, if your time's up, or if it's that day, it's that day, and nothing's gonna change it. And I know that, and I know that's why we're here for a reason. We're still here. We made it through that. It'd be different if you're like a coward and you never went out and you were scared of everything and all that stuff. But no, you fought your ass off. You did what you had to do. You came home and you transitioned out. And now the fight is harder than ever. And what makes it worse, as I can tell you, is when you isolate yourself. And I've been doing that the last few weeks. I mean, yeah, I've done my little posts on Instagram and stuff, but I haven't been as active as I normally am. And there's a lot of pain. I got a lot of pain and a lot of stuff going on, just like you guys. But I wanted to do a quick video and just let you all know that, hey, it's okay, man. I'm never going to be okay, and I understand that. But I'm going to live on my terms. And the things that I've seen, people talk about, explosions and this and that and killing bad guys. That's not the stuff that really bothers people. It's the guilt of still being here, you know? And, you know, like a guy like me, I'm 47 years old, almost 48, and I'm still here after all those deployments. After, I mean, look at my arm here. There's 25 parachutes on this for 25 of my brothers I lost in the war. That's not counting the 14 that have killed themselves. And I could look at each and every one of them, even if I wasn't there, I wasn't even in their unit at the time. I could still rationalize things about, hey, I shouldn't be here. I don't deserve to be here. Those guys should be here. Those guys, well, you know what, damn it. I owe it to myself to be here. And you guys too. You know, just like in the Army, you know, when shit gets bad, when you're down, surrounded, you're pinned down by enemy fire, what do? You call for a QRF, or you call for support, air support, you know, CAS, all that stuff, and it's the same thing here. You know, secluding yourself and isolating yourself is doing nothing but digging you deeper in that hole. And when you finally get deep enough and one of your brothers tries to come pull you out, hell, they may fall in along with you, and then you're both stuck. So just talk to each other, man. Talk to me. Do things that make you feel good. Do things that make you happy. And I know saying stuff that makes you happy is easy to say, because most of us put that face on like we are happy, but we're really not inside. But I can tell you, I've learned how to be happy. You know, I've learned that shit is shit. Life is life. I can dwell on it. I can feel sorry for myself. Or I can figure out a way to be productive and be happy. And if I'm happy, the people around me will be happier. And like I said, I mean, hell, I have my days where I'm just a total asshole, man, and we all do. But I also have days where I love being around my family. I love being around my dog, you know, I can truly say I love that. But there were years ago where I could have done all that, and my face would have looked like I was happy, but I felt nothing inside except for guilt. So, with that said, man, I just wanted to jump on here, talk about that real quick, tell you guys that it's always good to talk to a brother that's in need, because, you know, they think their problems are just, they're going through it alone and they're doing this, but at the end of the day, you know, it lets us, when we talk to them, know that we're not alone in the same, we feel the same pain, we feel the same type of issues, and hey, at the end of the day, man, just like over there, when I got pissed off and totally messed up or whatever, I'd have my battle buddy, you know, and he'd pull me in and say, hey, dude, relax, take a knee, drink some freaking water. And the other thing is, you know, I'm a warrior, like, truly. You know, I can shoot, I can fight. I'm pretty strong for an old guy, you know. But at the end of the day, that was skills I needed to stay alive. And I still use those skills as a way of kind of like meditation. But now, I don't have to prove to you guys or anybody that I'm a warrior, you know, that, you know, it's not about stacking bodies or any of that crap. It's about Um, come to terms with the fact that we have seen our brothers and sisters go through hell, and we've seen a lot of them not come back. And some of us have carried their body parts and things like that. And we had to be those total badasses because we had to freaking take the fight to the bad guy. And you should always be prepared. But now, the warrior in all of us should be, kind of like Confucius and, all those guys. It's like he who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. I could kick somebody's ass all day long, but if I can't look deep inside myself and face what I'm dealing with, then I'm just a shell, man. I'm a tool, but I don't have a user, and us infantry guys, special forces guys, all that stuff, we're tools for war. That's what we were trained for. That's what we signed up for. That's what we did. And that's what we can still do if we needed to. But what we were never trained for is fighting the enemy inside. And I can tell you, I'm not out here acting like I'm the most badass dude on the planet and you need to suck it the fuck up and all that shit. No, those days are freaking over. I used to tell dudes all the time, suck that shit up. Like, I'd have a dude say his knee hurt, I'd be like, well, my knee hurts too. Go freaking do PT. But now that you're not in that environment, yes, we all got to have that drive on mentality, and we all have to have that suck it up mentality. But it's just like I used to tell guys, are you hurt or are you injured? If you're hurt, you can drive on, still do your job, no issue, because we're infantrymen, we're going to hurt every day. We're paratroopers, we're going to hurt every day. But if you're injured, you physically have an ailment that you physically cannot do your job. And, I'll tell you from my perspective, I have been injured inside. Catastrophically injured. I was wounded back in the day, but my soul has been injured. And I've had to come to terms with the fact that you can't just drive through that. You have to get it fixed, and in order to fix it, you have to ID it, and you have to accept that. Okay, yeah, I'm a badass, but this is what I need to do to get myself here and here where I need to be. And I tell you that because people know me. They know I'm a pretty tough dude. There's a lot of tough people out there, but by virtue of everything that I've done and what you guys have done, you have nothing to prove to anybody but yourself. And it's cool, like, I love hanging out with dudes and being challenged and lifting weights or shooting and trying to outdo each other, because that's what we're raised on. We're raised on competition. But it's not about who's the most badass anymore or any of that crap. It's about, hey man, I need to take a step back, look deep inside myself, and I need to face this crap. And that's what I've been trying to do for years, and you guys should be trying to do that too. Life ain't easy, man, and everybody talks about surviving. You can only survive so long. Or if you do survive, is surviving being happy? No, living is being happy. So like I've said in some of my posts and all, the way I look at it is I live to fight. I always have. And I've always lived to fight. I loved fighting. Hell, even when I was in high school, I loved punching dudes in the face. But now I have to fight to live. And that fight is harder than facing somebody physically. Because I'm not scared of any man on this planet. But what I am scared of is that vulnerability that we have to show when we're fighting that. When we're fighting that, whatever it is, to live. So I just ask you, man, just sometimes be vulnerable. You know, let people know you're not feeling good. You don't have to give all the details, but just talking to somebody will kind of put you in a better place mentally. And I'm not talking about, you know, I don't think everybody's out there trying to kill themselves and all that stuff. But what I do think is so many of us feel that pain and guilt, and a lot of us, we feel like we don't deserve to not feel that pain and guilt. But at the end of the day, we do deserve to live, and we deserve to live happy. And we've all given so much that now it's time for us to do that. So with that said, you know, I just want you all to know out there that, you know, I got that look, the old bitter beer face, the Sergeant Major face, whatever. But, you know, I've seen the best in human beings, and I've also seen kids become men in combat through training or whatever else. And, you know, for me, all I can tell you is that after everything I've seen and done, is I truly love you guys. And I know you all love each other too. And at the end of the day, that love for one another is what's going to get us back to where we need to be. And you know, and just like in the Army, you know, you gotta set the example. So I'm trying to set the example. Maybe not with my haircut or my beard, but I'm trying to set the example by being open to you guys. And like I said, man, I feel pain every second of every day. But in a lot of ways, it's turning into a good pain because it's memories that I don't want to forget. There are some things that I do want to forget. But also the pain in there lets me know that I truly gave a shit. And I think you all did too. So, like I said, I got some more Max Man Caves coming up. You know, I just want y'all to know that it's awesome when somebody hears from one of their old guys or their old buddies and they just want to talk and they need to get out of that dark place. Because guess what? We have this, we have phones, we have social media, we have all this stuff that can link us back together and help us through. So with that said, man, like I said, I love you guys. I'm just sitting here in the man cave, about to drink a little whiskey, play some Call of Duty, and just wanted you to know that I'm here and I'm thinking about you, and I'm working on myself. So I just want you to know that I'm not preaching. I don't want you to think that I'm preaching to you guys and I'm that guy that's got all this shit together and all that stuff, because I don't. And I truly don't think any of us that have been in those crazy worlds over there and really seen the shit will ever have our shit together. But we can live with it. And like I said, you have to fight to live.